This isn't love, it's obsession. I've been in relationships where I thought I just needed to love harder. I'm sure so many of you have been there too. But really, all I was doing was losing myself. Every relationship I entered, eventually my entire life started revolving around one person. And there were so many times that I never even questioned it. I always thought to myself that's how committed I was to relationships and to that person. My ex-wife used to even say that I was either 100% in it or not at all. What I eventually found out was the hard way. See, many people will call that, especially nowadays, they call that the anxious attachment. And given my background of abandonment, people like us, we find our value in relationships. We stop doing the things we love to do because we overextend and try to make the other person happy. In actuality, the only thing you're really doing is neglecting yourself. You start forgetting about your own needs. See, for myself, I'm a simple man. I love nature. I love doing woodworking in my shop and using all of my tools and creating and building something. I also love traveling and experiencing new places. Even if it's a new local place that I haven't seen, and it doesn't necessarily mean me going to a different state or a different country, although I've done all of that. But what ends up happening, and just to give an example, I have been with women who have loved more personal time at home, a homebody as you would call it. I've been with women who love to go out with friends and have drinks or check out concerts and do those things. I have been with women who absolutely love the gym, who are very dedicated to the gym. And none of those things are wrong. But what ends up happening when you lose your sense of self in a relationship and you become that anxious attachment person, you literally stop doing the things that you love to do. You stop being the person that someone has fallen in love with when they met you. Subconsciously in your mind, you make yourself believe without even realizing it that the more you're around them and doing what they love to do, that they will be happy, and in return you will be happier. And how they feel every single day, whether it's sadness, anger, or anything, it starts to become engulfed in you, and you start forgetting how to become happy yourself. There was a very when I was a young man in my 20s and I had my first daughter, and even my ex-wife can attest to this, she would always say things like, when I'm mad, you all of a sudden become just as mad as I am. And that's what I mean by you become engulfed in their feelings, their thoughts, and everything. And sure, this can last a while in a relationship, sometimes even years. But there is some point it starts to fade. You start to burn out, and you start to realize that you're not being true to yourself. And I'm going to tell you that this one may hit hard for some people. But eventually, when you start finding yourself again, you start wanting the other person to be a part of your world now, the things that you love to do. It's a level of reciprocity that hasn't been talked about in the relationship. It's what we call unspoken expectations. And when those unspoken expectations are not met, you become incredibly hurt to your core. It hurts right into your heart. And a part of you starts to become incredibly resentful. And that's where it starts to become a problem. But see, the more that you become aware of this and what your feelings are trying to tell you, is that the relationship is not fully aligned. And if you didn't lose yourself in the beginning, then you could have either addressed this or saw this in the beginning. The second thing that your emotions try to tell you is that you have been neglecting yourself. And the third thing, if that partner is not aware of the issues and the things that you have faced, and it's not something that you guys have talked about or can actively work through together to find that balance in the relationship, eventually that relationship may not last the way that you want it to. And I understand that it sucks hearing that, because I have been on that page a couple of times in my life. So what I would like to say is, please don't be angry at the other person, and don't be angry at yourself. These are exactly what your feelings are trying to tell you so that you can live a happy, healthier lifestyle. And so I am curious, does any of this ever, keep you guys up at night and think of these things? If you truly loved that person, or if you were starting to second guess those relationships? And also, have you guys ever faced this kind of pain? See, this here at Spill the Tea, these are the honest conversations that I'm trying to have to help establish this community, for people to better understand what their feelings are truly trying to tell them. They are tough and hard conversations, but you don't need to do it alone. And if you are curious how I have learned so many hard, painful lessons in my life, it all starts here in my book. As a child facing adversity alone and navigating through the system in foster care. It shows how you can start coming out of survival to live more true to who you are, and that anything is possible. Make the impossible possible. Everything that I have been building is based around my psychology degree, and the links for everything that I've been doing are in the description below. And I do hope to see you guys on the next one, and I look forward to reading every single comment. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye.